am Sarah Grace Borja. Our topic is all about the brief history of transportation in the Philippines.
The term transportation in the Philippines refers to all modes of transportation used throughout this archipelago of more than 7,500 islands. The Philippine government has been working to improve the country's undeveloped transportation system through a number of direct infrastructure projects, including an expansion of air, sea, road, and rail travel, as well as transportation hubs. The history of transportation dates back to the human era and has changed over time. The human foot was the original mode of transportation. In the past, getting from place to place required extensive walking. The balangay was the first wooden boat excavated in the Southeast Asia. It is a kind of lush log boat constructed by pinning, doweling, and lashing fibers together edge to edge. They can be found all across the Philippines and were mostly utilized as trading ships before the arrival of colonizers. It is used for trade and to transport merchandise. It is eventually became the name of the barangay. It eventually became the name of barangay, the smallest unit of government in the country. Balangays are one type of the small boat, but there are also ventas, paraos, and caracaos. The kalesa is a two-wheeled, horse-drawn carriage used in the Philippines and the early Spanish occupation. It is commonly vividly painted and decorated. It is one of the earliest modes of transportation in the country. It symbolizes the nobility and prestige in the Philippine history. It could carry four or more persons. The kalesa is usually controlled by a cochero who normally sits on the block located on the front of the cart near the horse. As early as 14th century, it was the main transport system for people living in Manila. International shipping from Manila to Hong Kong was carried weekly for the Manila-Barcelona trip. The first lighthouse was built in 1846 at the mouth of Pasig River.
Good day, I am Dangel E. Orino, BSBA Marketing Management 1B. Railway 1875, first step to create a railway network for the island of Luzon was established three different lines from Manila to Dagupan to Bicol and Batangas. The single largest infrastructure project during Spanish period was the 195-kilometer Ferrocarril de Manila Railway. It was built in 1887 to 1892. Manila Railroad Company became the Philippine National Railway on June 20, 1964. It was extended up to Legazpi, Albay in the south and to San Fernando, La Union in the north with a total length of 1,100 km. Tranvia. In 1878, a streetcar system was proposed Tranvia tram with 5 lines starting with Plaza San Gabriel in Binondo as main station. Lines run to Intramuros via what is known now as June's Bridge, Malati Church to Malacanang to Sampaloc and to Tondo. Project was approved in 1882. System was built by a Spanish firm La Compañía de los Tranvías de Filipinas. 1888, Malabon to Manila line was the first lines to open in public. It was run by 4 German-made steam locomotives with 8 coaches, 9 passengers each, while the other 4 lines were horse-drawn omnibuses for 12 seated and 8 standing passengers. In the early 20th century, Philippine Commission, lawmakers from America, approved the takeover of Manila Electric Railroad and Light Company, Meralco, to the La Compañía de los Tranvías de Pilipinas. In 1905, first of the 12 mandated electric tranvia began to operate. In 1924, 170 were servicing many parts of Manila and its outskirts.
I'm Monteo from Marketing Management 1B, and I'm the third presenter. My topic is about jeepney, taxi, and airline.
Taxi. Enrique Monserrat y Calvo founded the first taxi in the Philippines in 1930. The first cab was French Citroën. 1950s, a taxi rate was 15 centavos flag down and 15 centavos per half kilometer. Jeepney. With all the ill effects of war comes one beneficial fruit, the invention of jeepney. Originally made in United States, they were sold for about 50 USD each. Filipinos stripped down the military jeeps, wheelie jeeps, to accommodate more passengers and added roofs for shade. 1953, first public transport of jeepney took the streets of Manila. Leonardo Sara of Imus Cavite began the mass production of the vehicles and is now regarded as the grandfather of jeepney industry in the Philippines. Airline. 1911, airplane was introduced for the first time in the Philippines. Air transportation started during American occupation. 1933, Iloilo Negros Air was flying domestic routes. November 12, 1935, the Congress of Philippines granted a franchise to Philippine Aerial Taxi Company, Incorporated, to provide various services like mail, cargo, and passenger in the island. First flight took place on March 15, 1941, and resumed operation on February 15, 1946. PAL was the first Asian airline to cross the Pacific Ocean on July 31, 1946. December 3, 1946, PAL took its flight to San Francisco.
Good day. My name is Aisay Panurigan and I will discuss about automobile and bus. Automobile Trailblazer 1901, first ever automobile in the Philippines owned by Juan Maciano. Brought from France to the Philippines by La Estrella del Norte. 1910 and 1935, Hope Mobile, Runabout, Chandler, Studebaker, Dumas Flyer, Ford Payton, and Austin were brought to the Philippines. 1940s, about 50,000 automobiles in the country, range from the price of 2,000 to 10,000. The demand increased for cars in this decade with the opening of the country's first two toll expressways, the North Diversion Road to Balintawak to Tabang and South Diversion Road from Magallanes to Muntinlupa. Bus. July 1, 1914, Albert Lewis Amen and Max Blouse established a small transportation company in Iraga, Camarines Sur. Campaign was named Alatco at Alamen Transport Company Incorporated. First route was Iraga to Naga, open in other towns of Camarines Sur and Camarines Norte, Albay and Sorsogon. 1918, one of the divers of Alatco established its own bus company named BLTB. Buses that were known for cleanliness, courteous divers and conductors, and no smoking policy. 1949, bus companies adopted dieselization program which converted its gas-powered truck to diesel.
Number 11 of transportation is the light railway transit. July 12, 1980, President Marcos signed Executive Order Number 603 or creating the LRT. The LRT-1 or the Yellow Line started in 1981. The LRT-2 or the Purple Line started in 1990s. The MRT-3 or the Blue Line started its full operation to the Conges EDSA in the year of 2000. The number 12 is tricycle. A three-wheeled motorized vehicle, designed tricycle can accommodate 3 passengers. In Metro Manila, tricycle are found on side street and some subdivision but are prohibited to enter in major thoroughfares. In some areas, tricycle is color-coded to signify the routes. And the last one is pedicab. A cycle rickshaw in the Philippines is called pariak or tricycad, made up of bicycle attached to the sidecar that can accommodate 2 to 3 people. Pedicab is cheaper than tricycle because it is human-powered and has no engine. It has provided income for some less fortunate members of the Philippine society, and it is environmental friendly. And that's all po. Thank you.